Hi students, welcome to plus 2 computer class. So we are discussing our chapter computing, different technologies, advanced technologies in computing. In the previous video we discussed about the various computing, that means the techniques called artificial intelligence. AI is a branch of computer science. Then also we discussed about knowledge pyramid. Okay, what are the different stages of knowledge pyramid? Then computational intelligence and computational intelligence paradigm or structures. Okay, so all these are that means all these terms relating to artificial intelligence. That means can computer think like humans, or can we make a computer that think like human and it reacts or it behaves like a human? So for a human the task will be easy, but for a computer it will not be an easy task. So that means the scientists or the programmers are trying to make a computer as intelligent as a human. Okay, then in this section we are continuing the same topic, that is relating to computational intelligence paradigm. We are going to discuss some of the different advantages of or what different terms that we are using in computational paradigm, that means artificial neural network, then evolution of computing, and after that we will discuss swarm intelligence, then fuzzy systems, then after that we will discuss approaches of computational intelligence or applications of computational intelligence. We will discuss biometrics and robotics. Okay, so the concept is computational intelligence paradigm. Computational intelligence paradigm. Computational intelligence paradigm. Paradigm means the structures that we are using for computational intelligence. Computational intelligence means computer will work with intelligence. So in the knowledge pyramid we already seen the lowest level was data, then our lowest level was symbols. From symbol it will change to information, from information to that means symbols, data, information. From information we will get knowledge. From knowledge we will get intelligence. If intelligence is there, we will have the wisdom. That means we can share the information. For a human it will be an easy task, but for machine it is not an easy task. So for improving or for implementing computational intelligence, you want to use some of the techniques that may be from real life example, or from some terms we can collect it from biology or from science. So different aspects we can collect, and according to that aspects we can create algorithms. Okay, what is it? We can create algorithms. Okay, we already studied some of the small algorithm for binary search, linear search, bubble sorting. That means to perform a particular task we are taking one approach. Okay, bubbling the lowest value to the left side, bubble sort we studied. So that means some of the approaches we are using for performing computational intelligence. Then for selecting the algorithm is based on some of the criterias. It may be relating to human body, or it may be relating to a group of animals, how they are behaving or how they are reacting. From any of the approach we can select for implementing computational intelligence. So there are some of the computational intelligence paradigms are present, so that we will discuss later. That means that we will discuss now. Then according to that how they are creating the algorithm. So the basic concept only we are discussing. So using that concept we can create a suitable algorithm, and by suitable algorithm we can implement computational intelligence. So the first term was ANN, capital ANN, or the full form is artificial neural networks. Artificial neural networks. Artificial neural networks means, artificial neural network, you know about neurons. You know about our normal human's brain. That consists of so many neural network. That means in a second it is executing or it is working normally. Okay. A brain is a complex, non-linear and parallel computer. Like in human, brain is act as a non-linear and parallel computer. It has the ability to perform tasks. Simultaneously, it can perform tasks. Then recognition, a pattern can recognition, it can act on a particular situation. So all these are based on our human brain. Then motor control, body movement, then face they can identify. These all are based on our human brain. So according to the neurons, or it is very faster, you know the speed of neurons. When we are looking an object, immediately after looking we are getting the idea, or we are observing the shape. Okay, so that means it requires less time to perform all this. So when we implement this using computer, then it will be lead to a supercomputer, or their speed will be very high. So that was the first concept, artificial neural network. Then it is estimated that in order to 10 to 500 billion neurons in human brain, that means it is a part of human brain with trillions of synapses is a structure. That means the arrangement of neurons in human brain. Arrangements of neuron in human brain, how they are arranged, millions of neurons is working with high speed. Okay, so you know the speed and in which manner they are processing, or they are taking a decision, or they are identifying an object. All these based on in seconds. That means speed is very high. So this concept, artificial neural network, we can take in terms of network to execute a particular operation, or in such terms of computer. So the first term was artificial neural network. So human brain, as an example, it can take human brain and how neurons are working. So according to that, we can create an algorithm, and we can use that algorithm for implementing computational intelligence. Nowadays in some of the fields, they are using artificial neural network, especially in terms of networking. Okay, then the second aspect was evolutionary computing. Evolutionary computing. Evolutionary computing. In evolutionary computing, or short form is EC. Evolutionary computing, we already studied about inheritance. What is the speciality of inheritance? Base class. Base class. Then derived class. Base class and derived class. Base class and derived class means we can inherit the properties of base class to derived class. We can inherit the properties of base class to derived class. That means some of the properties are transferring from base class to derived class, and also we can include new features to derived class. So this thing also can happen in evolution or evolutionary computing. In evolutionary computing, for example, parents and children's. So when the parents have some kinds of features, and also there you know about DNA. Like DNA will be, that means DNA is transferring from parent to child. So when the parent to child connection means there will be a chance of acquiring some of the properties from parents to children's. Okay, so that concept is known as evolutionary computing. This means some advanced features and also some other features also we can add. Evolutionary algorithm use a population of individuals where an individual is referred to as chromosome. A chromosome defines the characteristics of individuals in the population. Each characteristics is referred as a gene. Then I already mentioned about DNA and also chromosome. These all terms are relating to science, botany and also zoology, but that kind of approaches also they are using for implementing algorithm, evolutionary computing algorithms. The value of gene referred to as allele. For each generation, individual complete to reproduce offspring. Okay, so these all terms are relating to biology. So here in evolutionary computing means we can collect the features of one node to another relating to evolutionary computing. Okay, then the next term was swarm intelligence. Swarm intelligence. In swarm intelligence means in your picture is already given a swarm of ants, that means group of ants. Suppose you want to get some information in swarm, that means can human swarm? Yes. Suppose you want to get an idea about a particular object, we can ask to any of the programmers or group of members will be there. You can ask to them, then they will give different kinds of answers. From that answer, conclude a particular point. That means average result or average opinion of a particular person. So we can find out the average, or we can find out the algorithm and also the best solution by interacting with different users. By interacting different users, they will share their different opinions. From that opinion, we can have a different set of opinions according to their, that means according to their ideas and also their opinions. Okay, so next I am going to show one video that indicate the working of swarm intelligence.
Why do birds flock, bees swarm, fish school, and ants form colonies? They do this because the groups are smarter when thinking together than the individuals would be on their own. Scientists call this swarm intelligence, and it combines the power of many minds into one. The question is, can people swarm? Now they can. Researchers at Unanimous AI have developed technology to allow any online group to form an artificial swarm intelligence and ask it questions, reach decisions, make predictions, play games, crack jokes, create memes, pick stocks, express opinions, solve problems. We call each swarm an UNU. Combining their wisdom and intuition into an UNU swarm, social groups can be smarter together, more insightful, more creative, and best of all, more fun. Think together at...
Okay, so hope you understood how the swarm intelligence is working. How the swarm intelligence is working means from a group of persons or from group of peoples, they are asking for their opinions. According to their opinions, they can create a solution for the particular problem. Okay, so can people swarm? Yes, people can swarm, and also we can ask their opinions. Okay, according to their opinions, we are concluding a solution for our problem. That concept is known as swarm intelligence. Then next one more approach is present, fuzzy systems. Fuzzy systems. The another approach that we are using in computing is fuzzy system. Fuzzy system means it is based on a particular topic. For example, we can write, when you write, for example, a computer science student, we can ask to write a program. Then if you know different types of program, that means if the language is not mentioned, then they will write any of the program according to their choice. Or if they have C++ program or C++ text they have, or if they know C++ program very well, they can write C++. Then if they know HTML, they can write HTML. That means this is all based on that particular object or that particular person. Then, in fuzzy system, traditional set theory requires element to be either part of set or not. Similarly, binary value logic require a value of parameter 0 or 1. For example, what is meant by a binary number? It will be 0 or 1. That means option will be there. 0 is a binary number, 1 also binary number. Human reasoning is, however, that means when we ask which are the binary numbers, 0 or 1. For a human it is easy to reason 0 or 1 because they know, they have the intelligence, or they have to share their information. The same approach we are going to include in computational power using fuzzy systems. Then, for example, humans are capable for understanding the sentence. Some computer science student can program in most language. But how can a computer represent and reason in this fact? For example, when we say a sentence, for a human it will be easy to understand. But for a computer it will not be easy to understand that particular statement and to find a solution. Then, with fuzzy set, an element belonging to a set to a certain degree of certainty. Fuzzy logic allows reasoning with these uncertain facts to infer new fact with the degree of certainty associated with. That means, in fuzzy system, they are maintaining a set of rules. Then, if that set of rules are true or false, according to that, one conclusion is obtaining or conclusion is formed by using fuzzy systems. Because they have, I already mentioned binary number 0 or 1. Choice will be there. 0 binary number, 1 also binary number. Choices will be there. In fuzzy system also we are giving more number of choices. Then if all these choices are satisfying the condition, then according to that the solution for that particular problem is obtaining. So that is based on fuzzy system. Nowadays fuzzy system is used in some kinds of real life examples, like fuzzy system have been applied successfully to control the gear transmission. Automatic vehicles, cars also available now. So this all based on fuzzy system. That means according to set of instruction will be there, according to the instruction it is working. Then ranking system in vehicles, controlling lift, home appliances, controlling traffic signals. You know how to control traffic signals. Some time will be allotted, according to that time signals are changing. So these all in all these terms we can apply fuzzy system, because fuzzy system also work based on the conditions. So these are the different types of computational intelligence paradigm. Artificial neural network or ANN, then evolutionary computing, then swarm intelligence, then fuzzy systems. Okay, so these are the common computational intelligence paradigms. Okay, computational intelligence paradigm. The next one, so the computational intelligence paradigm means these all are the basic concept that we used for the creation of algorithms for implementing computational intelligence in any of the systems. Then applications of computational intelligence. Application, how we are applying computational intelligence. The first application is biometrics. The first application is biometrics. Biometrics nowadays for taking the attendance in many of the offices and also in companies, multinational companies, they are using biometrics. Biometric features means human features they can identify. For example, punching machine, retina identification, face identification. These all are belonging to biometrics category. Okay, application of computational intelligence, first one is biometrics. Biometric means the biometric refers to the related to human characteristics and tactic. Biometric authentication is used in the identification of individual. Biometric identifiers are distinctive, measurable characteristic used to label and describe individual, because there will be no duplication of data if we are accessing the biometric features. Then next term is robotics. Next application of computational intelligence is robotics. We can, fifth generation computer uses artificial intelligence. For implementing artificial intelligence, we can use any of the programming languages. Commonly used programming languages are Lisp and Prolog. Then using AI we can create robotics. Robotics means they are computer but they look like human and also they behave like human, but they are not entirely like human. They should not have some of the features that not present that is not in humans. Then robotics, actually this robotics also an electromechanical device. It will work according to the instruction given to that particular machine. Actually it is a computer, it also have input device, output device and also processing device. According to the processing device the robotic is working. Then in some of the places we can use robotics. First one is use in vehicle manufacturing industries. We can use robotics in vehicle manufacturers industries. That means in some of the areas there will be huge amount of heat will be there. That means a normal human can't tolerate. In that situation we can use robots. Robots arms are used in the vehicle manufacturing process. Robotics arms are able to perform multiple tasks such as welding, cutting, lifting, sorting and bending, because it is an electromechanical device. At single time it can process simultaneously. Different operation it can process in a same time. Then next one, exploration of outer space. Exploration of that means using a human can control a particular robot to observe the features of exploration of outer space. Then in intelligent homes, nowadays we can any of the houses we can use robots for controlling your home appliances. And also for small tasks also we can use computer for your in-home appliances. Then exploration in difficult environment, that I already mentioned. For human there will be that means these conditions can't be tolerated. Example, heat, if the size is or if the place is very small, and that cases for a normal human it will not be possible, or working is not possible. At that situation we can use robots. Then uses in military and also uses in agriculture. So in all these places we can use robotics. Okay, that means actually robotic is an application of computational intelligence. So we can make use of computational intelligence in all these fields. Okay, clear? So these are the applications of computational intelligence and also the approaches of computational intelligence. Okay, so hope you understood. Again we will revise the topics that we studied. Artificial neural network. Actually artificial neural network is belonging to the structure of computational intelligence. Then after that evolutionary computing, where we are evolutionary computing. Actually evolutionary computing we can use in real world application like data mining, fault diagnosis, classification, scheduling, etc. Then after that fuzzy system, and also I already shown one video that indicate how the fuzzy system is working according to the group of members, how we are interacting. By interaction we will get some of the information. Then after that fuzzy systems. Then application of computational intelligence. Commonly used applications are biometrics and robotics. In biometrics we are measuring the human features, and also we can perform attendance marking and also the identification. Then next one was robotics. Robotics means robot is an electromechanical device that will work according to the instruction. Then after that we discussed various different places where we are using robotics. In military, in agriculture, in home, smart home, in all the places we can use robots. Okay, so hope you understood, and you want to write some of the question in your notebook. What is ANN and what is swarm intelligence and what is fuzzy system. Okay, you can expect a 3-mark question from this chapter. Any one, neural network, fuzzy system or swarm intelligence. Okay, so hope you understood. The remaining computational intelligence and also application we will discuss in the next video. Okay then, thank you.